I really need to vent about our president, Joe Biden. Obviously, he was not my first choice for this job of being president, although I acknowledge that his moderate manner, and I say that in the kindest possible way, appealed to many voters traumatized by our last president. But Biden acknowledges that we need to get things done quickly. Quickly. And yet, Jim Hightower always says that there are only two things in the middle of the road: yellow lines and dead armadillos. He's from Texas. Biden proves Hightower might have been wrong. The middle of Biden's moderate road is already strewn with all sorts of carnage. The wreckage of the $15 minimum wage increase, airstrikes on Syria before any consultation with Congress, kids in immigration detention centers again, and a broken promise to give Puerto Ricans in Puerto Rico, the supplemental Social Security they are immediately eligible for if they move to the mainland. But here's the worst part. All these things are wrong. And what is Biden putting his focus and political capital into? Trying to salvage the nomination of Neera Tanden. I said I needed a vent. This woman doesn't belong in government. I can't stand her stone-hearted neoliberalism, her ruthlessness, her cruelty. But even if I were a neoliberal, strike me down, oh high powers, I'd still oppose her as exactly the kind of corrosive personality we need to get out of politics. Politics isn't beanbag, the street corner philosopher Finley Peter Dune once said a long time ago. Been there, done that. It's not everything goes the way you want it to. But at some point, we have to call out the new president when his fighting the wrong fights, like right now for Neera Tanden, and the important fights are going the wrong way. Raising the minimum wage is badly overdue. And it belonged in the stimulus because, as I said the other day, raising the minimum wage is stimulus. So Biden couldn't pull it off. You're not going to be able to win every fight. But we will never know if he was right not to hold up the stimulus package to try to win this. He could have tried. He should have tried. What we do know is he needs to get it done now, another way, and quickly. We can already see that it may end up short of the $15, which was already a compromise and a fight for 10 years. We've been fighting for a $15 minimum wage. If we were just adjusting for inflation, the minimum wage should be more like $25 an hour. Adjust for the cost of living in many cities, it should be around $33 an hour. The money isn't a way of keeping political score. This is real money for working people. This is not a political football. I will put one demand in right here. If we can't get to $15 right now, we must index in any increase to inflation. So we never, ever, ever hurt poor people this way again, working people this way again, women, immigrants. So that fight for a fair minimum wage isn't over. But we need to hear from President Biden. I'm one of those progressives who needs to know he really is on our side and is ready to fight, not just to the last drop of my own blood, but to the last drop of the Democratic Party's blood. This is about who we are and about who he is. And right now, I am not very sure. He campaigned on all these issues, as did Kamala Harris. And he's just out there blatantly reversing his positioning, thinking no one's noticing, like it's not going to matter. Furthermore, we need to see his strength in leadership. If he's this weak, if he shows this weakness this early on, he's showing not only conservatives how weak he is and that they could steamroll him, but of course our centrists like Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin and others. And he's showing progressives. So if he's going to play this week, we have to start flexing up. Thanks for watching and listening to The Nomiki Show. But remember to click like and subscribe on YouTube and please share on social media. If you're not already a patron, please join us for as low as $5 a month on patreon.com/The Nomiki Show for early and special content. That investment makes a huge difference. We are not corporate media raking in the dough. It's really you guys that are keeping us going. So please consider being a patron. And to our current patrons, thank you so much. We are incredibly grateful to you. We also now have swag. So check us out on thenomikishow.com to get your mugs, your totes, and your stickers.